Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video we're going to look at the micrometer screw gauge. Okay, so here we go. Physics is very simple and straightforward, guys. All you need to do is just understand the basics and you're home and dry. So here we go. Okay, we're going to look at, in this video we're going to look at what? The micrometer screw gauge. The micrometer screw gauge has accuracy of 0.01 millimeters and quantity measured. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, that's gone. Okay. The micrometer screw gauge has accuracy of 0.01 millimeters. Quantity measured is what? Length. You use the micrometer screw gauge to measure what? The length of an object. What is it used for? It is used to measure smallest size of length, such as the thickness of a hair, the diameter of a wire, the thickness of a piece of paper, the thickness of a coin, the thickness of a laser blade. That's what it is used for. Okay, this guys won't stop talking. Okay, now we look at the structure. Okay, now we look at the structure of the micrometer screw gauge. The structure of the micrometer screw gauge is this. This is how it looks like. So here we have what we call the anvil. Here is the object being measured. Here have the spindle, and here we have the slave scale. On top we have sleeve. The sleeve is like the same as stem in the calipers. Here we call it what? The sleeve is fixed. Then the slave scale is like the main scale in the calipers. Then you have the thimble scale. Then you have the thimble, this, and the ratchet, which used to be 10. All these parts, I'll explain them as we go on in this video. Okay, the important parts of the micrometer screw gauge. First of all, obviously the sleeve, which here, this part here, to call what? The sleeve. This is the part that bears the slave scale. It just holds. This is where the slave scale is printed, or is printed on. That's the slave scale is graduated in millimeters. Here it is measured in what? In millimeters. That's what they're saying. The slave scale measures correct to 0.05 millimeters. That's what the accuracy of the slave scale. Okay, now let's look at the thimble. Let's look at the thimble. I don't know how you can pronounce it that word, but as long as we meet in spellings, you are home and dry. What's important, you need to know what the spellings. So you have the thimble, which is here. This is the part that bears the thimble scale. The thimble scale measures correct to 1/100th of a millimeter, or 0.01 millimeters. A thimble scale has 50 divisions, and each division represents 0.01 millimeters. Okay, the thimble, you have seen what the diagram or the structure. The thimble they're talking about, you see this one here. So saying it has 50 equal divisions. The division which we're talking about are these lines here. It starts from 0 up to 50. That's what they mean. Okay. Now we go to the Now we go to the anvil and the spindle. These two parts hold the objects that is being measured by the instruments. These two parts just hold the object being measured by the instrument. The ratchet, this is the part used to move the spindle towards or away from the anvil in order to hold the object. This is the part used to move the spindle towards or away from the anvil in order to hold the object. Okay, hope it's clear there. What they are saying is this: the function of the of the ratchet. Okay, the function of the ratchet. It's simply to move this part here away in this direction or towards the anvil. To measure. Why do we do so? To measure the object which is being placed there. That's how it's simple it is. Okay. Now we go to the ratchet measurements using the micrometer screw gauge. Okay, here you go. The two parts or scales are considered, namely, so if you want to measure an object using the micrometer screw gauge, the two parts which are mainly considered is what? The thimble scale, the slave scale. That's the main two parts which are considered. Then the next thing we look at is the precautions when using the micrometer screw gauge. So here what you need to know is, first of all, you need to zero the instrument before making any measurements. When they say zero the instrument before making any reading, simply say that you have to make sure the reading which is being shown there is 0 before you start using the instrument, because it can give you wrong figures if it's not at 0. Then the second thing you need to do is clean the anvil and the spindle before making any measurements. Why? Because dust particles may be found on those two parts, and that dust which may be found on those two parts can cause an error in taking the measurements, the correct measurements. And the second thing you need to do is you need to turn the ratchet gently. The ratchet, you need to twist it very gently, not in a rush or anything like that. Otherwise you have a wrong reading and your answer will be wrong in the exam. The next thing you need to do, you need to wipe the object to be measured. Of course, just in case the object has dust particles, you need to clean it as well before putting it on the anvil and the spindle. Then how to read the micrometer screw gauge. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you need to find the value on the slave scale which appears just before the edges of the thimble. The value above the horizontal line gives the whole numbers. Of course, the numbers which are on top, I'll give an example, then I'll show you the diagram how it is. Then after that, the value below the horizontal line in front of the whole number obtained is a mark of 0.05 millimeters and is added to the whole number. Then the second thing you need to do is find the value on the thimble scale which is in line with the horizontal line of the slave scale and multiply it by 0.01 millimeters to convert it the same way we did in the calipers. Okay, so what do we do here? We need to note the first thing you need to note about when using the micrometer screw gauge is that if there isn't any mark in the line but the horizontal line or point is in between the mark. The highest mark is taken and then multiplied by 0.1 millimeters. Then we go on. The third one, add the slave scale reading and the thimble scale reading. That's what they mean. When they say that. Just add the two figures in your home and dry. So example, state the measurement shown in the diagram of a micrometer screw gauge below. Okay, we need to set what the measurement being displayed in that object. Okay, so you have this object. This is what you call the micrometer screw gauge. This is how it looks, or this is how it can come in the exam. So the first thing you need to do, you need to get what the slave scale reading, which is what which is 6.5. Okay, where has this 6.5 come from? That's the question. So this 6.5 it has come from here. If you notice here, you have 6. Then the next one you have this color line here. So the figure, this is how you got the 6.5. To get the slave scale reading, you need to get the value that is before the thimble scale reading. This is the thimble scale reading. I need to get the value that is before it. In this case, it's what is 6.5. That's where this 6.5 has come from. Then the thimble scale reading itself, here where they are forming a straight line, again the same rule applies. Where they're forming a straight line, if you look at this line, if you follow it correctly, going straight, you see that it's on. This is 30, so you can count this is 30, 31, 32. This straight line here is crossing the thimble scale at what? At 30, 32. That's where this 32 has come from. But of course, you need to convert that units into what? Into millimeters. How do you do that? You multiply it by 0.01 millimeters as well. Then you add the two figures, this one and this one. That's what you get here. That's why this 6.82 has come from. I hope it's clear. We move on. Okay, here's your exercise, guys. Okay, what you can do is try to answer question A, question 1A, and question 1B, and question 1C. Then comment leave your answers in the comment section. If your answers are correct, I'll give it a thumbs up. If your answers are wrong, I'll reply to you saying it's wrong, and I'll be able to explain to you. Simple as that. Thank you for watching Mtai TV or Physics Explained. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you.